Many individuals hear the term hedge fund and they immediately think of overpaid investment managers that are talked about in the media, or they think of gaining huge sums of money or losing huge sums of money. But what really is a hedge fund? Hedge funds pool money together of different investors and invest in a variety of investments with the intent to generate return. This is similar to a mutual fund with some very serious and significant differences. Typically, there is a fund manager who is responsible for selecting investments within the hedge fund. These investments can vary dramatically, and according to the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, these funds seek to profit in all kinds of markets by pursuing leverage and other speculative investment practices that may increase the risk of investment loss. Hedge funds are not required to register with the SEC, however. Because hedge funds can invest in a wide variety of investment vehicles, it is important to know how the hedge fund is valued. These funds often are not liquid, meaning that you may not be able to access your funds for a year or more. Also, hedge fund managers often give themselves a very wide berth in terms of what types of investments and vehicles they can invest in. Fees are a significant part of a hedge fund conversation. Hedge funds usually, but not always, charge a management fee plus a performance fee. The management fee is paid to the hedge fund regardless of up or down performance of the fund. The performance fee is often 20% or more of the profits of the hedge fund. Many funds can have a minimum return before the manager is sharing in profits. This is often called the hurdle. For example, this would mean that the fund must have at least 4% return that is given to the investor before the hedge fund manager's performance fee is in effect. It is also important to note that there are not the same federal protections in place for investors of hedge funds, according to the SEC. Because of the lack of disclosures required from a hedge fund, it is difficult to verify representations you receive from a hedge fund. The SEC goes on to say that they can take action against a hedge fund if there is fraud involved, like the typical Ponzi schemes that you hear about. Finally, most hedge funds require that any investor in the fund is an accredited investor. Accredited investors are discussed in another one of our educational tutorials. The term hedging usually implies trying to minimize risk, but a hedge fund's goal is to maximize return through many different strategies. Sometimes big risk comes with big reward, and sometimes big risk comes with big loss. So the SEC states that it is important to understand the hedge fund's prospectus or offering memorandum, understanding how that specific fund's assets are valued, fees involved, redemption limitations, investment manager's background, and many other essential issues.